Okay, so if you haven't seen recently, we've been talking a lot about Neuro Sama, who recently actually broke a huge record over on Twitch, being the most leveled hype train ever, right? Beating out their previous records set earlier this year, which again is absolutely insane to see, with them reaching, I think, level 123 at like 99%, which is pretty insane. And yeah, there's been a lot of people outside of the space that's been covering this, including, places like Dexerto, which we talked about in the last video, of them essentially, I guess kind of underplaying how much vedal is involved in the creation of Neuro Sama. But yeah, obviously many people were excited to see, how many people were coming in with a lot of these posts as well, being like new all-time record, 118,000 subs and over 1 million bits were donated during that one hype train, right? But there's recently been a post over on the Neurosama Discord, which has been backed up by the mods, essentially with some pretty not so nice behavior that has been going on in the community. Now, obviously, in all my videos, I've said how nice the swarm are, and I do think that this is one of these cases where someone just doesn't really know how to act in terms of a social situation, and I don't think it was done out of like malice or anything, and I don't think anybody is trying to, I guess, be, particularly rude about things. It is just more of a lack of awareness of what they are particularly doing. And this is the post right here. People saying, you're allowed to be excited and hype other people, but this is kind of sad. In spirit of hype train, swarm, do your magic. I can't since I'm broke. And obviously, yeah, as you can see here, this is a tweet from a VTuber called Kalen Rusu, I think that is. And they say, congrats to Vedal and Neurosama for beating your previous hype train record. But they said, hashtag swarm, stop coming to my Twitch to tell people during my own subathon to help with the train. Don't me, you are noticing less hype on my channel, and it must be because everyone is saving for Neuro Subathon, or reasons I have less people watching is because they're all watching Neuro. This is rude. It makes people feel awful, and it makes Neuro, Vedal, and the Swarm community look bad because you're making people feel sad and including their name in it each time. At the end of the day, I'm a small streamer. You're literally coming by taking an apple. So you're coming by to take an apple from me to give it to someone that has an orchard. I'm 100% certain that Vedal and Neuro would not want you to do this to people at all. They are great, and I do watch their content, but don't use their happy moments to come make others feel awful. Comparison is an awful thing to do. And this is one of the messages that they got in their chat saying, guys, Vedal hype train is at 94, need help. Neuro is about to beat the hype train 103. Vedal beat the hype train. Obviously, this is someone in their chat who's obviously consistently typing about someone else's subathon in their subathon. Now, obviously, yeah, as they mentioned, they're a smaller streamer, so of course, they don't have as much attention over to their subathon at the moment as maybe Neurosama does, right? But obviously, that doesn't make it okay for someone to then go into their chat and start typing, oh, guys, we need to go help with this person instead of this person. Which I think is pretty horrible, right? I think it's pretty horrible to essentially, try and, I guess, promote another, because what you're doing is you're promoting another streamer and essentially feeling and making these other VTubers feel like they're pretty worthless in a sense, because again, they're all just like, oh, ignore this person, go over to this person who obviously is making millions right now, and go support them, which I think is crazy. I think it's crazy that someone has the lack of social awareness to do this. Obviously, you can go ahead and support Vedal and go over there and help them while this is still going on. That's totally fine. But I do think at the same time, you shouldn't be typing anything in chat about this because obviously, yeah, it does make it look bad for Vedal and Neuro and just the Swarm in general whenever this stuff kind of happens. Because again, nobody likes this kind of stuff. Nobody likes people being like, hey guys, ignore this person you're watching right now in their own chat. Go watch this person instead, which I think is crazy, right? Obviously, as well, the mods have also commented on this saying, the mods have handled the chat hopper Caden's referring to in the screenshot. We have zero tolerance for cringe chat hoppers. If you spot anyone chat hopping, please let us know. The fastest way to get in touch is through mod mail in the Discord server. And obviously, just pointing out that most of the swarm are still wholesome, as this also happened in the meantime. Maybe as a community, we might focus on more of the good things and let mods handle things like that. And obviously, they say, literally, while Neuro's train record was beaten, some swarm came in and also helped Wormpals beat my hype train record and all-time subs on my birthday stream. So again, it seems like some people are also, getting some positivity from this, but obviously it seems like, there's a bit of duality in terms of this kind of stuff. Some people are trying to get people to go over to other streams and stuff, whereas, some people are actually helping them out. People say cringe behavior, but that guy should be banned well before message 3. Vedal can't ban someone from another streamer's chat, and the Swarm certainly can't ban other Swarm members, which I do think is true. But also, as a smaller streamer, I can also understand that it might be a little bit hard to ban someone, especially if they are chatting, and you might think, okay, maybe they're gonna, shut up about it after a little bit of a while. And obviously, it seems like by message 3, they'd kind of had enough, right? To be fair, I think she's done this a few other times. I don't know if she's scared to ban them or something. They're most likely tourists anyways. Said she doesn't want to moderate her own chat. Kind of pathetic if you ask me. Said people are downvoting you for calling her pathetic, but you're 100% correct. That she doesn't want to moderate her chat. She keeps saying in replies that she doesn't want to ban. I'm so lost. And obviously, yeah, that someone just took a picture of their screen. Okay, I guess that works. As they ban them outright, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Screw them. Ask Vedal to ban them as well. That it's not my goal to get anyone banned. I just don't want people bringing me down while I'm streaming is all. And I don't get any of the hate or unfair treatment I've been getting. It's been a rough few months. I say you legitimately need to ban them immediately and have Vedal ban them. Anything else isn't just encouraging to do it 10 times as much. 100% true. I think, she should be banning them. Again, I don't know why they didn't do that. I think that is pretty crazy that they are so apprehensive to ban them. Again, it's streaming, right? Whenever it comes to content creation, I don't know how long they've been doing it for. But again, whenever it comes to creating content and streaming, sometimes it is just the best thing just to straight up ban them, right? It's the best thing. You got to get rid of a couple of people. You've always got to. You can't be nice to everybody. Everybody's not going to be nice to you, no matter how nice you are to them. And sometimes you do need to get rid of them, right? And I think that if you're refusing to get rid of them, well, some of the blame is also on you too, right? I think that obviously it's terrible that this has even happened in the first place. And obviously Swarm members shouldn't be doing this. And, they should be encouraged not to do this, right? But also at the same time, I think that if you are getting people like this in your chat, then you should probably ban them. But again, they chose not to. So to elaborate, I'm not calling her pathetic. I don't understand her not wanting to deal with the problem she brought up in the first place with one button specifically designed to deal with this kind of stuff. Again, true. I've been saying even though blatantly asking donors to give subs to another streamer is ultimately cringe, ironically, she would have gotten so much more back financially, not guilt-tripping people as other comments point out. I won't say her actions are 100% deliberately trying to take advantage of the bigger fish. Okay, so they're trying to say that she... okay, well, again, I don't know about that one. But again, I do think that maybe they should have been banned. People saying, dude should have been banned after this first message and the screenshot sent to Vedal's mods. She should still send an uncensored screenshot to the mods. This is absolutely unacceptable behavior, and the reason why many streamers have strict rules not to talk about other streamers in chats unless brought up by the streamer. I get smaller streamers are sometimes afraid of banning chatters, but do you really want people this tactless in your community? And said, it seems like it's one dude and a 60 viewer at the time of writing stream. Sorry, but ban him and move on. Moderate your own chat, which I do think is true, right? I do think that 100% they have provided a very good argument there of, hey, you just got to ban these kind of people. These people are idiots. Obviously, they don't represent what the Swarm really want to, do and spread in terms of their community. And it's very obvious by a lot of the posts that are coming on. So you just ban them, right? Because they don't belong in either of them. You could obviously keep the messages to send to Vedal and the moderation team over there, right? To get them removed from their chat also. Because again, I think it's better that they're not involved in any chat rather than obviously allowing them to continue typing in your chat about, Vedal and Neuro Sama breaking the record, right? So again, I do think it's a little bit odd. I was saying it should have been clear that we should rally other communities only with the streamers of the Neuroverse. I think I know her. She was trying to defend an art of Iron Mouse and Neuro in the canvas by making a post like this. Said, I'm surprised that the greatest VTuber in the world, Iron Mouse's face is covered on pixel space, and people are just wondering, and people are just not willing to help me fix it. It's astounding. I really hope that people help join me in restoring the Neuro and Mouse to their full glory. Which obviously, yeah, they say she has a habit of calling out entire fan bases like this instead of handling it herself or minding her own business. It's just a bad PR habit. But again, it's still cringe to annoy streamers by mentioning other streamers. Those bad apples don't represent us as a whole. It's just usual cringe Twitch chatters. Which, yeah, I do think is true. We were saying this also happened last year. Swarm can't really do anything about it. And yeah, that's 100% true, right? I think at the end of the day, I think that this streamer, Kaylin Risu, I think honestly you need to just be a little bit more harsher in terms of your bans and your timeouts, right? again, I'm not even saying you have to ban them, right? You could just time them out, right? Just for like a day or so. Like if you're really that, if you really, really, really want these viewers in your chat, right? And you want them to stay and you want them to keep chatting, even though they're typing this kind of stuff, maybe just time them out for like a day, while the kind of subathon thing is going on. And then maybe they'll return as a more regular chatter. But again, even then, I don't think they will. Obviously, it seems like they're only there just for that. So again, I would have just banned them straight outright. I think that was obviously your responsibility to do that, but obviously you didn't do that. But I do think at the same time, the swarm also shouldn't be, going into other people's chats and stuff like that. But I don't think, this person is exactly part of the fan base in the way that, many other people are a part of, because everybody in this thread essentially has been saying, it's terrible and that you shouldn't, people shouldn't be doing this and people shouldn't be, kind of spreading this stuff in other people's chats. But that, obviously at the end of the day, if you don't want it in your chat, you can just ban them. And I think that is one of the kind of big reasons as to why people not super happy with this post. So again, I just kind of wanted to cover the situation, as I did think it was a very, very interesting one that kind of popped up in my feed lately over all of this stuff. And hopefully, this kind of gets sorted out and people can kind of sort themselves out whenever messaging and, chatting in other people's chats. Because again, people don't want to see other people being mentioned and telling people to go over to other streams, right? It's just cringe. And obviously, as I said, if you do have that, ban them, right? I think it's already that easy. But yeah, that's what I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.